والصلاة والسلام على سيد المرسلين وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. سبحانك لا فهم لنا إلا ما فهمتنا إنك أنت الجواد الكريم رب زدني علما. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. لله ما في السماوات وما في الأرض وإن تبدوا ما في أنفسكم أو تخفوه يحاسبكم به الله فيغفر لمن يشاء ويعذب من يشاء والله على كل شيء قدير. صدق الله مولانا العظيم. So now coming to the final verses of the Surah Al-Baqarah. By the tawfiq of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions here, Lillahi ma fi samawati wa ma fi al-ard. To Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and to Allah alone belongs all that is in the heavens and in the earth. Wa in tubdu ma fi anfusikum. And if you will reveal that which is within yourselves, O tukhfuhu, or conceal it, yuhasibkum bihillah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will take you to account. فَيَغْفِرُ لِمَنْ يَشَاءُ وَيُعَذِّبُ مَنْ يَشَاءُ. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgives whomever He likes and He punishes whomsoever He likes. وَاللَّهُ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ قَدِيرٌ. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is powerful over all things. So here a very close connection is manifest between this ayat and the ayat that, or the injunction that came previously regarding the witnessing, and that it is imperative for someone who has actually witnessed something that requires, the testimony, then that testimony must be given. It should not be concealed. So obviously, anything which a human being conceals, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is fully aware of it, and He will take account thereof. In a general sense, obviously everything that was going on in our minds and in our hearts, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is fully aware. The angels on the right and the left, they are aware of what is manifest, outwardly. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is fully aware of what is going on inwardly and outwardly and otherwise. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will take us to account. So now the question comes up that, so inadvertently, things come into our mind, things come into our heart, maybe from nafs, maybe from shaitan, whatever, So are we going to be held accountable for that? So therefore the Sahaba also, we're going to hear inshallah tomorrow, their concern about that possibility. If that's the case, then we're all, we've all been thoroughly destroyed, right? Because there are thoughts and things which, enter into the mind and heart. And everybody's, this happens to everyone. In fact, Sahaba even mentioned that. They said, Ya Rasulullah, there are certain things which come into our minds and hearts that, we would never bear that it should become manifest and we should know about it. So Nabi Sallallahu says, Awajadtamu. So do you find that happening? They said, yes. He said, that is sarih al-iman. That is real iman. Doesn't mean the wasawas is iman. It means the fact that you're worried and concerned about what comes into the mind and heart inadvertently, and concerned about and aware of the fact that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is aware of that. That is a sign of iman. So those things are not going to be, we're not going to be held responsible for that. But we will be responsible for those things which we conceal in our hearts and we have determination thereof. For example, somebody, has in his heart that he wants to steal something, and he is determined to do so if he gets the chance, but he doesn't get a chance, so he doesn't do it. So, is he going to be held accountable for that? Yes, he'll be accountable for that. Now, if he thought about stealing something and said, A'udhu billahi minash shaitani rajim, this is from nafs or shaitan, or from somewhere, and he repels that thought, then not only he's not going to be held accountable for that, that is actually going to be considered a righteous deed, because it's a kind of mujahada against nafs and shaitan. So, also, if, for example, there's another thing that Imam Qurtubi mentions, that suppose, if there's ijab and qabul in buying and selling, and by the mentioning and the just speaking the word of talaq takes place. Similarly, freeing of the slaves and other things, which takes place by the action of the tongue. So if somebody thinks about doing such but doesn't say so, is he going to be held accountable for it, or is it going to actually happen? No, until someone actually speaks that. And we'll continue with the last two ayats inshallah tomorrow bi'idhnillahi ta'ala wa bihi ya tawfiq wa akhir da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen wa assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.